Okay, we are live from the studio. Today we're gonna do some VOD review for Pastbounds, a Min from PNW. Newer player, you know. Ah, you're about to get shit on so hard. You ready for the biggest ego check of a VOD review ever? No, I'm joking. If I wanted to ego check people, I would not be doing this. But anyways, here is. Oh wait. Okay. So, game one, or I guess this is game three. I only got game three and game five. This is game three, and this is versus Ice Climbers on PS2. So couple things. Matchup and stage. This is a stupid good matchup for Min. Like the thing about Ice Climbers is into a lot of characters, he's a hard check, right? Where it's like, okay, if you don't know how to deal with this certain thing, or if you don't know a certain thing, then it gets really, really dumb really fast. But Min has the privilege of being able to just kind of be at a distance where we can do a million things and they can do nothing. And if they want to get in, we can just completely put a stop to it. As well as Ice Climbers gets a lot out of having their back to us because when, as you can see right here, when Ice Climbers is facing us, Popo is up front. Popo is the controlled climber, and then Nana is the secondary one. So if you grab the back of Ice Climbers, you end up grabbing Nana, and that's almost never good. It's you do not want to grab Nana. So it makes it so against a lot of characters, if Ice Climbers does that, Shield becomes so much stronger. It's kind of absurd. But for we can pressure shield just by shooting at one arm, right? This is very much a one arm matchup. And then arm two is for any stupid way they try to get in, right? Like, let's say we're right here and Ices are right here, right? And they're shielding. If we shoot one arm, what can they do? They can jump in, I guess. They're a little bit floaty, maybe. I don't know. They have a weird jump, but I know they don't go like super far. They're not like Yoshi where they can do that, right? So they can get in a decent amount, or they can roll in, right? They roll in through a second arm, and because of this, we don't want to throw out arm two preemptively. That's bad. This is a one arm matchup, as a lot of these hard winning matchups are. Literally, Min has like 50 ish. Probably not actually 50. It's probably closer to like 20, 25, 30 maybe. 30 on the high end, but that's like pushing it a little. But she has a lot of matchups where just doing arm one dragon, and then if they jump, then we do ram to cover it, and then all of a sudden they're down here. And if they want to get over that, they have to like jump, double jump, and then from there we can kind of nair after doing an arm one. Like, or even better, we can just like do a million things, right? Because if we jump here and then we get up hit here, that doesn't combo anything, right? Like most characters, that's a lot of symbols. Sorry. Most characters, if they are right here and they want to combo you, they have to hit you basically on the ground. They have to hit you with a landing aerial to combo. Most characters can't combo rising aerials, or if you're right here and you get hit by a move, you're not going to get comboed. You're just going to get hit once, which is perfectly fine, especially as Min, because we have a lot of weight. We are very heavy. She's a heavy girl. That's how I like them. uh, as well as she actually has a very long range recovery. I was talking with some of the other Minmins about this today actually, and it's really interesting because our max range tether is actually huge. And the other thing is, like, when you're recovering, you don't need to recover all the way to the ledge. You just need to recover to max tether range, which is huge, right? Like, you don't need to always be holding in. Like, this is a tangent. I understand, but like, say the ledge is right here, right? You don't need to get as close as you can to like jump like double jump up B. Like if you were Link, you know, he's right here. He has to double jump up B to ledge, right? But we're Min Min, so all we have to do is understand that we have a tether range. And so, say the range is this box, right? We just need to hit the edge of this box. We don't need to hit the stage. Like we're over here. We don't need to hold in all the way. We just need to hold in enough to get to the edge of the box, if that makes sense. Like, because if we do that, Min Min has an absurdly long range recovery, and that's why stray hits don't matter all that much. That's why it's okay to take damage. Min Min also takes advantage of rage stupidly good, because like once we have rage and we recover and we're back to neutral, they have to win neutral against Min Min with a kill move, right? They can't just hit us with like a dash attack and expect us to die unless it's like Cloud or Pikachu. But even then, it's like a grounded approach from Cloud or Pikachu, you know? I don't know. That's just my 2 cents and just general Min Min stuff. The long and short of it is Ice Climbers is a very good matchup as long as you're patient, as long as you're reaction focused, as long as you use one arm. How long are we? We're 6 minutes. We haven't started yet. Okay. Second thing is the stage. PS2, amazing stage for this. PS2 is the longest main stage in the game. It is a very, very wide stage. Why does this matter? Well, for one, Min Min, despite being a very long range fighter, is not a zoner. She actually loses. I wouldn't say loses. She has a harder time against zoners on longer stages because they outrange us, right? Like, say Samus is over here, you know, over here, and we're over here. Dragon Laser might reach, but even then, charge shot goes through arms. They can do a million things. They can probably even like get here and like Zaire, you know, something like that. Probably not actually, but you know what I mean. Basically, actual long range zoners, Zelda, Samus, those are the big two off the top of my head. Robin, you know, they prefer these wider stages, but against ice climbers, they're kind of stubby. Obviously, like Hammer's not short range, but it's like, you know, it's not a sword. uh, as well as like their movements kind of whatever. And if you hit them with like anything that hits one target, like a dragon tilt, it separates them, and they have to spend time like getting back together. Like me and my ex. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm not gonna make another joke about that. Anyways, um, let's see. So basically, these big stages are really good in ice climbers. I can't believe they left this open, by the way. Uh, the benefit to this stage is it has a short ceiling, so you die fast off the top. The side blast zones are close, or they're normal compared to the edges of the stage, but from the middle of the stage to the side, it's huge. So like the middle of the stage is generally pretty safe against ices, as well as because it's so big, we almost always have the opportunity to create more space. That's not always a good option. It's usually not a good idea to just give the opponent space for free, right? If they're cornered, we want to take advantage of that, especially as Min Min and especially in Ice Climbers. Ice Climbers is very vulnerable off stage against anyone, and Min Min is one of the best characters at taking advantage of that. Okay. 8.5 minutes. Okay, sweet. Getting into the game. Okay, so here they just threw ice, which is fine, you know, whatever. You shield it, it goes back at them. Okay, I actually didn't know that. I thought that if you shielded ice, it would hit them, but I'm just stupid and wrong, I guess. Anyways, so here... Oh, are we going frame by frame? I think we might have to. Okay, so at the start of the game, Doramigi, you know, I hate to compare you to the best player in the world, but you play the same character, so you get what you pay for. um, so in these situations, Doramigi, he will start by literally running off the platform. He'll run off the platform, and he'll be like in this area, and he'll throw out a ram tilt that covers that area, and it makes it so you establish stage control. So stage control is a very important thing, but you can basically boil it down to who has control over this circle, the Pokeball symbol. A lot of legal stages, I think all of them except for like the Animal Crossing stages, have a circle in the middle that give it a great like visualization for who has control over center stage, right? Uh, So, and that's something that Doremi generally does. I wouldn't even call it aggressive. It's more I'm taking the stage control that I deserve, right? Right? Like it's our stage control. Like you don't want to ever use the word deserve. I actually hate that word. But it's like that is my stage control. Like it's mine. It's taking ownership of it instead of just letting things happen. But here you drop down and then you dash back arms, and I feel like this is generally like you spent a lot of time, like you basically let them get to center stage before you ever throw out an arm, right? Like this isn't a matchup where like I don't know, Sora or like Pikachu where a single arm can kill you. Like obviously it's ice climbers, you know, you don't want to get them close to you, but it's like you immediately start the game by cornering yourself and then throwing arm into shield. And this is whatever. Is this a smash? No, it's a no, it wasn't a smash. It was just a tilt. But the big culprit here is you did two arms. What does arm 2 do to a shield that arm 1 doesn't, right? Uh, you've probably heard the saying, the best punches are the ones that are never thrown or something. The best shots are the ones that are never taken. I don't know. Because if you can get them scared of arm 2 while we are like free and able to do whatever we want, that is perfect conditioning, right? And especially against these characters like Ice Climbers that don't have many answers to arms, like arms from a distance. Like as Min Min, usually we don't want to act as a zoner because we don't get our damage from zoning. We get it from our advantage. Uh, this is a matchup we definitely want to play like a zoner. We want to create space because we don't want these fuckers to get close to us. So arm 2 is bad here. They drop shield unless how'd they drop shield there? Because I think that was just a jump out of they just jumped out of shield and got hit. That's a little bit unfortunate. So I'm not sure if you knew this, but Nana is 7 frames behind Popo always. So that's kind of how desyncs work, and that's how like the syncs work. Is that you do something and Nana is, I think it's 7. It might be 6. I'm pretty sure it's 7 frames later. Uh, so then you shield, like I don't know, like I don't want to look too deep into just a couple seconds, but basically arm 2 bad, arm 2 bad. Here they get a parry and they run up shield. You're able to jump and he's grabbing nothing because you're clear up in Alaska or some shit, you know. Okay, sweet. You hit this landing Nair, which here I would rather land with Dragon Nair. Dragon Nair is just safer. It's bigger range. It's more active. It's more damage. Like if you're doing a Rising Ram Ram Nair, that combos super well. But for this Ram Ram, you can then you roll. Like you hit the move and then you roll away, right? Like there you had a true Dragon forward tilt, or even a dash attack. I'm pretty sure Ram Ram Nair at what percent were they at? Yeah, Ram Ram Nair at 10 combos into dash attack. Like that's a free hit and it sends him off stage, right? And you after the dash attack, you're like right here, right? Like you have that's a kill, actually. You can kill him if you did dash attack here. Yeah, that would have been a kill, I think. Okay, you dash, but you roll away. You're playing a very slow-paced game. You're throwing out arm 2 a lot. They're kind of falling for it. They have a little bit of a desync going on here. Here, you can forward smash. It would hit Nana, and then the laser would hit Popo. That's decent, I guess. The Ram Ram tilt kind of just did damage. Okay, so they're running at you, and okay. So if we look at like the whole game so far, right? They run up shield, then they're gonna jump at you. Okay, and let's look at it again. They did run up shield a second time, and then they parried and run up shield a third time. That's 3 times in 5 seconds they did shield, and that's very good. Min Min actually kind of loses the shield because Min Min does next to no shield damage. That's 4 shields. Okay, and none of those are turnaround shields. Those are all Popo up front shields. So they get a desync, hit them with 1 arm, and then they shield. That's 5 shields in 10 seconds. So now they're running at you again. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? They're going to shield. Here you grab. This is the freest grab of all time. Oh, you actually did. Okay, that's good. So you hit this, and you got really lucky, and the back throw hitbox ended up hitting Nana. That was very good. Back throw is the right play there, by the way. Some people will forward throw. Forward throw, it does two things. The first thing is against floaty characters. It sets up really good tech chases, as well as Nana's in front of you, right? So, like, there's a lot of situations here where forward throw is just better. What even? That's so weird because like Nana was in shield, but you get hit by the throw. That's so weird. I've never seen that. Anyways, forward throw is a decent tech chase, but back throw is the right option here because like if you look at it, back throw does like 17.7. It's 18 damage. 18 damage for a throw. That's wild. That's actually crazy. Okay, so here we have two options. We can A, commit and kill Popo, or B, get rid of Nana. So even if we get to Popo, the issue is we're probably not going to get a kill because of how close he is. He has all his tools. He can side B, he can double jump, he can up B, and when he up B's, Nana kind of teleports to him, right? So I would say like run off Nair or just throwing out a Ram Ram tilt here wouldn't be a bad idea. But because Nana's right here, I'm grabbing Nana. So obviously you have the regrab timer, but we didn't grab Nana. We grabbed Popo. So because we grabbed Popo, kind of rhymes. We are able to grab Nana here, and we can back throw and separate the ice climbers. This is like a big thing about the melee ice climbers matchup is that you always want to separate the climbers. This is why a lot of Falcon players for a long time they would actually play Ganondorf instead of Captain Falcon because his moves did a better job at separating ice climbers. Or you look at one of Ice Climber's best matchups is Sheik because she can't really reliably deal with like Ice Climber's crouch cancel, right? Because like the best thing she had is like grab, and if Ice Climbers grab you, obviously it's pretty bad. Or like Fox Ice Climbers is an infamously bad matchup because Shine, the frame one combo move, sends Ice Climbers in different directions, as well as Ice Climbers are like low traction, so it just like makes them go all over. Like it's like breaking a plate and everything goes flying everywhere. That's what it feels like when you shine ice climbers. So because of that, I like to see this matchup very similar to how it's played in Melee. And the other thing is understanding Nana's AI. So in these situations, Nana is just going to get as close as she can to Popo. She's usually not going to try and attack us. And he has no control over Nana at this point. So here, I think a second grab to get Nana and then back throw is probably worth it. Here you jump and do nothing, and then you just take the ledge trap, and you try and two frame with this Ram Ram. Let's see how close you were. So you're early. Let's see. This frame would probably hit. So you're 1, 2, 3, 4. You were 4 frames early. That's not too bad. But it's like, even if you do hit this, what happens? They take 3 damage, and then they recover anyways. Like, this is kind of an inconsequential thing. So I would have preferred you go off stage or preferred something else, right? But, like, the big culprit here is you wasting time. With this back throw, huge advantage. Huge ADV. So now, like, in a perfect world, we get a kill, right? Huge perfect advantage. And you jump up and down and then dash back. Like, I don't know. Like, you get everything you ever wanted, and then it's like, I don't know. You don't really do anything with it. Which is a little bit nitpicky, okay? Then you kind of autopilot arms here. Because, like, okay, now we're ledge trapping ice climbers, right? Now ice climbers are on the ledge. Now what do we want to do? Okay, well, first thing is, realistically, there's 3 options. First thing, they're going to do a grounded option. They're going to probably not get up attack, but they can neutral get up and they can roll. Those options are both pretty predictable and they're pretty invincible, but you can react to them and you can do something like if they do neutral get up, you can down tilt. You can grab them again if they do neutral get up shield. If they do a roll, you can shield them. Or you can grab them. I actually don't know. I think Popo is still in front, facing towards the middle of the stage. So if they were to roll here, you could probably like pivot grab and grab them. The good thing about Min Min's grabs is that all of them have the same frame data. So like a pivot grab isn't slower than a standing grab, other than the fact that you have to like actually do the pivot. Um, let's see. So that's the first thing is they can do a grounded ledge option. The second thing they can do is do a ledge jump, and if they do that, the thing is it's unreactable, right? So we have to predict it. Okay, so how do we predict a ledge jump? Well, the first thing, and this is the first rule of ledge trapping, especially with Min Min, is you have to cover ledge hang, which you kind of already did. Like this Ram tilt, it tells them like, hey, you're not free to sit on ledge because I can cover this, right? So because of this pressure and the fact that they kind of do the same options, I'm going to say I don't want to say this is like a lower level player, but like this is someone that it's like, okay, I play 3 games against this guy. I know everything. I know this guy's life story. I know what this guy ate for breakfast yesterday. You know, like I know who this person is by the time I've played 3 games with him. This guy doesn't feel very imaginative. So the fact that you did this, I could tell that he's going to either jump or roll or do drop down, double jump, side B. Those are the 2 things that ice climbers are going to do here. There are specific those 3 things that this ice climbers could do here. He's probably not going to roll because roll. I think he thinks that rolls are bad. So he's going to jump, right? And you do cover the jump, kind of, but you don't do it in a way that it covers anything. So here, if I was going to cover jump, I'm going to do short hop ram nair. Because if you hit this ram nair at 50, he dies. Literally, the combo that kills them is short hop ram nair into ram double jump ram tilt into dragon laser, and it's not quite a true combo, but like obviously they're not gonna do anything. It's not gonna actually miss because they're not gonna jump out of it. They're like, oh no, I got punished. I have to DI. That's like the mentality people go through. It's really weird, and you can just kind of tell when people are doing it. So here, if you nair this frame, like because this is a pretty there's general sorry, I'm all over the place. So when people are going to pick a ledge option, they're going to pick it at 3 different timings. Ledge timings are way more important than ledge options, and don't you forget it. Because you can always like pigeonhole people or bottleneck people into one ledge option. Their only mix up becomes ledge timing. And from there, it's like, okay, do I want to pick a reactable grounded ledge option or the fast unreactable ledge jump that is pretty safe? Most people are going to jump. So if you can just figure out the timing once you've taken off like the grounded options, this guy, you can skip steps here because this guy jumps. And I could have told you this as soon as I saw the 3rd shield. I'm like, okay, this guy loves ledge jump because he thinks there's a right answer to certain things. I don't know how to explain it. It's just like not quite psychology, but it's like I get a hard read on, okay, this is somebody I can tell what they're gonna do. So immediate ledge jump is one or they you so when you grab ledge, there's like a 20 frame ledge grab animation. It's like 20 something frames, like 27 or something like that. But after that, you can pick a ledge option, frame 1, and here they do a buffered ledge jump as soon as they possibly can. Most people hate being on ledge. A lot of people skip ledge. This guy just depicts an immediate option. Sometimes people will hang there until they run out of ledge invincibility, which at lower percents you actually have more ledge invincibility. Uh, so at 50%, he has quite a bit of ledge invincibility. He probably could have stuck around for like another 3/4 of a second, and that would have thrown off timing. That's like what I'd say a lot of mid to high level players will do is they'll use up all their ledge invincibility that they know that they have. And then the third one is just waiting on ledge. A lot of people will just sit on ledge. Well, not a lot of people, but a good amount of people will just sit on ledge waiting for you to do something. Because realistically, what are most people going to do if you just hold on to the ledge? As soon as they try to cover it, that's a free roll. That's a free jump. You know what I mean? Like, you can do so many things about that. Anyways, here, I just think that this guy's going to do neutral jump, and then you cover the jump with Ram Ram tilt when you could have done Ram Ram Nair, which would have killed. So you hit the side B, and then buffer down tilt. This is not good for one big reason. Down tilt's frame 10. Why are we doing a frame 10? Let's see. You start the down tilt 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so this is like a 30 frame per second VOD. So that is a frame 10 down tilt. Like, it's very, very slow. Here, if you're going to do something, I would up tilt because it's frame 5. Jab 1 is also frame 5, but it's kind of bad. So I would up tilt here. I would shield because especially in this situation, after you get hit by you get clipped by the side. I wouldn't say you got hit, you got clipped. You know, right? You took 5 damage. Here, if you shield and they grab you, worst case scenario, right? Most ice climbers aren't gonna just mash grab. I mean, this guy already did mash grab earlier, but I don't know. You know what I mean? Uh, down tilt was a bad play there. I would have done up tilt or shield or dash back or something. Down tilt was not the play. If you really wanted a move like this, dash attack would have been much better. It's faster. It sends at a better angle. It's more invincible. It's safer on shield. It crosses up better. I don't know. Down tilt's a great move, but just not there, especially because of where the down tilt sends them. It gives you a platform tech chase, which, okay, I have a whole tangent on this. So when you hit a combo on FD, right, there's no platforms. So you hit down tilt, ram ram nair, whatever, right? When you do down tilt and they land on the platform, it's an instead of, right? Instead of doing down tilt, ram ram nair, it's down tilt into platform tech chase. So here, the optimal thing to do is ram ram or down tilt and then short hop. Don't do an aerial yet. Falling up air, that it delays it long enough that you cover miss tech as well as tech in place, and then that falling up air combos into a full hop ram ram nair. From there you can continue the combo that you would normally do down tilt ram ram nair. You know what I mean? Basically, here you do this ram ram nair and you hit Anna, which is fine. I don't know what you're doing here. Because you hit this ram ram there, and then after you hit the move, this is like the second or third time where you hit a move, and then you run away. Right? You hit this down tilt, you hit this ram ram there on Nana, like, which is fine, right? Like, if we kill Nana, Ice Climb, then Sopo becomes a bottom tier from a low tier, a mid tier, whatever, right? Like, we hit Nana. Here we have ram ram tilt angled up, double jump, dragon smash, and we have power dragon. That might kill Nana, or at the very least, it makes it so Popo has to run off stage to save Nana. How is that not a win, right? We hit Nana here. Like, okay, so I'm not trying to be mean, by the way. This is just kind of how I see it, right? We hit this down tilt, and from there, we are able to combo Nair, right? Down tilt, ram ram Nair, and we kind of give up the combo. And this Sopo, he kind of does the cloud thing of run off back air fast fall. I say back air fast fall because he's already started the back air and then he does a fast fall. The reason why that's important is because if you do a fast fall and then a back air, that actually cancels your fast fall, which a lot of times makes it better. If we look at where Popo actually hits this back air, it's not as safe as possible. And then on top of that, we actually have time to shield this. Yeah, we could have shielded here because here he hits like this hit of back air, and we're not in tumble, right? Like, this isn't a tech chase. This isn't like I get launched. You're just on the ground, actionable, doing nothing, right? Like, you could, and then like you had time to shield this side B, and then he hits the side B desync. You're in the corner, you roll out of the corner, you double roll. When I watched this VOD earlier, that is like one of your biggest things, is when you get scared, when you're in the corner, oh no, I just took 20 damage. Like, you are super easy to manipulate to the point where it's like, okay, I'm gonna just roll and then I'm gonna roll again. Right? Where it's like, and the other thing, I'm almost certain you know this. Did you know that rolls stale? The more you use invincibility options like roll, air dodge, spot dodge, the less effective your rolls become, and your air dodges and your spot dodges. So the first roll actually has decent. Let me pull up the frame data website. Right, if we pull up the frame data for air dodge, neutral air dodge, Min Min actually has one of the better air dodges in the game because if you look at the let's see, I think it's I don't know. I don't know how to order it. I think it's if you do it like this, like invincible until, and it's like way longer. Yeah, we have 3 until 30, and then we are actionable on frame 40. So it has 9 frames of end lag, which is kind of absurd, right? On a normal air dodge. If we do a air dodge and then we do a second air dodge within a second and a half, that's how long it takes to unstale. It stales up to 6 times, right? And then the sixth one is terrible. The first roll and the first air dodge, they're fine, they're good. The second one is it's good enough in some situations. If you're gonna get punished for a roll, a second roll is going to get punished just as hard. It's just slower. So if they react to it, you're gonna get screwed pretty hard. But I don't know. What I'm saying is that your first roll or your first air dodge has really good frame data, and the more you do it, especially in sequence like this, the worse it's gonna be. And that's why you shouldn't double roll unless it's like I don't know, the very end of the unless it's like in a last hit situation and they're absolutely never going to understand it because this is like a back pocket option. And we shouldn't have to do this when we're at fucking 27% on our first stock, you know what I mean? On a good stage for us, right? We should be saving this for the bad stages or for the bad matchups or whatever. So double roll here is bad. And the other thing is you don't even buffer a double roll. You roll and then you shield and you don't buffer the second roll. Like your second shield for 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, like that's a whole. That's like over a tenth of a second. That's like what, an eighth of a second? I don't know. Maybe a sixth of a second. It's a good chunk of time. The reason why this matters is because rolls already have pretty bad frame data. If we go to like back roll here, and we find Min Min, yeah, it's frame 5 invincible. So if we stale our roll, that's like even slower. So if we wait 10 frames or 8 frames and then we have that's 13 frames plus I don't know, let's call it 2 frames. That's like a good man. uh yeah, that's like a good 20 frames, a good third of a second where we're not doing anything, right? Like it's just it's wasted time. And here I would have preferred you hit roll in down tilt. Like literally roll in down tilt kills him. Like here, if you hit this down tilt, because like up tilt is bad kind of because it hits above him. But Min Min goes super low. Like right here, we're shorter than Ice Climbers. Isn't that crazy? If you watch any like Doramigi versus Spargo, like Cloud versus Min Min set, uh, you'll know that Cloud up tilt just kind of doesn't work against Min Min because of how low she goes during any animation, whether it's grab, roll, throwing out arms, whatever, landing lag. Up tilts just kind of up tilts in general from base game characters because base game characters they're kind of designed with their up tilts to not hit aerial opponents or unless they're like really tall. So this up tilt, obviously you're not psychic. You're probably playing. I think this is an online game. Yeah, it's got to be online because these are both. Unless it's I don't know. Either way, uh, you could maybe react to this because like how long is he doing this for? Like he dashes in 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 15, 16, 14, 16, 18, 20. So in the time that you shielded, you had time to down tilt, or you had time to react to the up tilt, and instead of doing hold shield for a tenth of a second, roll away, you hit a down tilt, ram ram nair, ram tilt, dragon smash kills. That's the combo that kills you. That's what I call it. And it's like some people call it the Doramigi, some people call it the Min Min Classic. But it's the combo that kills you. Down tilt, ram ram nair, ram ram tilt, dragon smash. That kills here. You didn't get that. You rolled back and then went to center stage, and you spent, and then you use a smash tag. And then after they shield the smash tag, you use a second arm. Okay, so we're gonna put a list of things. Okay, so 2 arms, bad. We're gonna send that, and then we're gonna put mash down tilt at close range, bad. You kind of have to have like a read for it. And then what was the other thing? Double roll, bad. Okay, big one so far. Okay. Another thing. This is like a little bit of a nitpick, and I think it's just kind of like lower level. Like, so obviously we have initial dash and we have run, right? And if we foxtrot, that means you do initial dash and then neutral and then initial dash again, right? For Min Min, she actually moves faster, like about 20-25% faster than if she just ran. The issue is that initial dash is lag. It makes it so that your movement is truncated, and it makes it so that you can't shield, you can't interrupt it into another action, and it just it's kind of just bad. And instead, you should rely on run canceling. When you're running, you can actually cancel into moves better. Like here you do double roll into double arms. They drop shield after the first one, I believe. So like you're hitting a lot of, like, here they shield the first arm. I think he gets clipped because he jumped again. Oh my gosh, the same thing happened 20 seconds later. I gotta start doing this. Anyways, double arm's bad. You're mashing. Here there's no reason for you to jump. Okay, so you put yourself in the corner for no reason. So you hit this, and all of a sudden, sweet, we have range. We can hit Nana. That's like Nana's right here, right? Teabagging us. There's no reason to not do fast fall and then ram nair, kill Nana, and then we're fighting a little here, right? But instead, you ram nair the air and then let him run off. You literally dash tag into the corner. Why are we running away? Okay, so you hit it back, and that messes him up a little bit, and then you jump. The thing about ice climbers, they have a very good up air. Very, very strong. They want you above them. That's like their other strength, other than like the 0 to deaths, is that, and like the back shield thing, is that their up air is insane. You don't want to jump above ice climbers. This is bad. This is you thinking, okay, they saw my double roll, so now I have to do double jump to get out of the situation. The issue is that you get hit by up air. Let's see how much damage you take here. Okay, you're at 27. 1 up air, 47. 2 up air, 63. You took 40 damage because you tried to jump. And then this down air is just bad. Like, in this situation, like, this just shows that, like, in my opinion, like, my takeaway from this is once I get you into a slightly uncomfortable situation, I can just make you do anything I want. I can, like, okay, you're gonna land in landing lag because you don't like being up in the air. Like, it's a, what do you call it? A desync, or no, a disconnect between, like, actions and consequences, I would say. Where it's like, okay, I want to get out of the air, I have to do something. No, you don't. You don't have to do something. Instead, the burden of proof is on them to do something bad to you, right? They already used their double jump. There's no reason to down air here. Instead, we should land safely. I would go this way, maybe air dodge to the second platform, right? Or if we're really in a bad situation, maybe I can fall a little bit, up B stall. I think you still have your double jump, unless you already used it. Okay, that. Here you double jump, and if I'm going to double jump, I'm not going to double jump above ice climbers. I just got punished for jumping above them. Instead, I'm holding back, and I'm going to ledge. I'm going to ledge, because getting off ledge is so much better than trying to jump above ices. They miss their up air, which is really unlucky on their part, because that probably should have worked. So then you hit down air, miss the first arm, throw out the second arm. If you're throwing out arm 2 all the time, it makes you super easy to... It makes the matchup red light, green light. Where it's like, okay, red light, Min has arms. Okay, she threw out 2 arms. Now I can do everything I want for like a second and a half. And they are going to do a panic option because they don't like being a disadvantage. Blah, 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 blah. You see how like this creates a worse game plan for you and like a pretty easy path to victory for the opponent, even if they're playing a bad matchup. Here, okay, so you hit this ram tilt's fine. What I would have done instead is, instead of doing a runoff double jump, I would have started the ram tilt on the platform, because the air... So if we do... Okay, so we're going to watch where the ram tilt arcs. So this ram tilt ends up going like right here, right? No, that's like a little bit of an over-exaggeration, right? Like it goes like there, right? It goes like this. That's a very small range. Like, look at that. That's like nothing. Aerial ram tilt sucks. So here, if you do a grounded ram tilt, it'll go like that. And then you can jump during this. So instead, actually, if you start it, it'll actually go like this. Or like this. Something like that. It goes way further if you start it on the ground and then jump. But yeah, that kind of just is unfortunate. And then here, it's like, okay, you hit them with the Dragon Smash. And knowing how... the other thing to take note of is that they mash at a disadvantage, and then they... right? And here, fucking Popo's off stage. Nana's here again, just a grab. Actually, I guess they jumped, so grab wasn't the best option. But they also are going high. So here, like, I don't know. I guess their only option is to go high. This is weird. This is like something that you have to play a 100 match against Ice Climbers to know exactly how it's going to pan out. But here, you shouldn't commit to a smash attack, because, like, what is the range of this move, right? It's like, it can go that high. Let's see. It go like that high, and then if it angles up like this, if you angle it down, it can go like that, right? So the big threat range is right here, right? That is the big threat range. The issue, as we can see, is that he can just jump over this, and there's nothing we could do. Worst thing we could do is like a ram tilt. Oh no, I ate a ram tilt. And like, especially as arm 2, ram tilt doesn't combo into anything if it's arm 2. Only if it's arm 1. And even then, it only combos into arm 2. Know what I mean? So in this situation, oh my gosh, what is this up smash? There's also no need to up smash here. It's just bad. Here, if you're gonna want to cover this space, just do ram there. Okay, get clipped by that again. There I would have just because it's a fast. You get hit by that, yeah. You roll in into double arm. Cool. That was a good set of double arms. Here, that's so unlucky. Yep, that was the Ice Climber's teleport. Literally 2 frames off. Yep, but that's something you gotta know, is that they can kind of like teleport like that. So you can't just hit Nana for free if they're within that range, right? So instead, you probably should have got into like a better, like I would be right here so that I could do ram nair to cover this space, right? And if I hit this, you know, they're in a terrible situation. Okay, hit that ram tilt. You barely misspace your dragon. If you didn't misspace here, this is just something you have to know, but your dragon arm hits the ground and it doesn't go down. If you didn't do that, it would have killed him. I'm confident. You switch to Megawatt here, which is kind of bad, especially for PS2 being as big as it is, and Megawatt standing at a 45-degree angle, like straight diagonal, without DI. This makes it so that like it's not a great kill option, and we don't need it to kill them. Because like that's the thing about Ice Climbers Min is we don't kill them through kill moves. We kill them through like just taking away all their options, them being in a bad situation, them picking a bad option, and then just like killing them because it's a bad option in a bad place. You know what I mean? And we don't need to sacrifice our range for Megawatt to do that. Maybe if they're at like 150, but it's like okay, a good throw again. Okay, another thing here is you spend time crouching to do down B, which is fine, I guess. But the issue is that like you can do like running short hop and to get in position, and during the short hop, you can do down B and like you while you're moving. Down B is actually not even a move. It's not an animation. It happens without a single frame happening. Like you don't commit to the down B arm change animation because there is no animation. Because that you can actually do an arm change during your initial dash. Like if you do initial dash and then down B during that initial dash, you'll change your arm during your initial dash. It's actually really convenient, especially because you can do that. You can do jump, and the other benefit to doing a jump is when you're holding down, you can't fast fall while you're going up. So that makes it a lot more convenient. That's just a little tip to to arm change a little bit more optimal, spend less time, waste less time, because here you jump, you don't go off stage, like just run off nair, run off ram tilt, right? Like if we run off nair, we're covering this range, and then you can like go down and then double jump ram nair, like that covers so much space. Or if you do run off ram tilt, that covers a lot of space. And especially because we can do a dragon tilt after. We could double jump. We can arm cancel back to ledge and then drop from ledge, do it all again. Like, this is our domain, and you're stuck on stage covering, like, this much when he wants to recover low. You know what I mean? Like, you're not... This isn't effective ledge... This isn't effective... This is not effective edge guarding because you're not covering the right space. Like... And then you have Nana, right? Like, Nana is just on stage. Like, Nana's air dodging on stage. And it's like, okay, let me just get on stage for free. The other thing is you want to aim for the second Ice Climber because the first one is Nana, right? She's going to throw herself first. So let's look at how close you were again. So this is frame 1. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14... You were 14 frames early. No, sorry. This is at 30 FPS. So that was actually twice that. So I was like, what, 30 frames early? So yeah, that was just, again, like the other thing about Min is 2 frames are so inconsistent. And even if you hit that Ram Smash, there's a good chance he actually doesn't even die at 150 because that hit is so weak. Like, obviously, he probably would die in that situation, but, like, in a lot of situations, you spend all that time and you hit the read on the timing, you do everything right, and they're, like, over 100%, over 120, over 130, sometimes over 150%, and they live. And they live! Like, it's so much better to go off stage. Going off stage to edgeguard, especially against free edgeguards like Ice Climbers, it's so worth it. Even if you spend a month just SDing, it's so worth it to come back and just say, hey, now I can do this thing that shows my, what's the word? My proficiency in my character, right? Like, as a Min main, we should be able to do the things that make this character good, right? And even if it takes time, even if it hurts our ego a little bit, I think it's worth doing. And try and hurry through this. You actually hit a Megawatt on the stage. I don't know why he dropped shield. He's been clipped by arm 2 like 6 times. And you always do arm 2, so he's just not adapting. You're invincible, and you decide to jump here. What I like to do is I like to wave land onto the platform, right? So I'll like wave land, and then I'll just sit and shield. Because if you're on platform shielding, I can draw a circle, I swear. If you're on platform shielding, perfect. Uh, what can they do? Most people are just gonna hit your shield, or like right, like they're gonna go here, and then you're gonna just up air your shield. Wow, sweet, and that gives you a free jump out of shield, and you could just do whatever you want, and that resets neutral. That gets rid of their ledge invincibility or respawn invincibility. That's perfect. The other thing that they're gonna do is that they can fall down, or they can either fall down or dump and jump. Fall down and then jump, double jump to cover your jump with the up air because they know you're going to jump out of shield, or they will just skip that and then just like double jump up air, and that'll catch your jump. So people are, if you shield on a platform while people are respawning and they don't have a grab, like uh Ridley is going to grab here a lot, Incineroar is going to grab here. But like against Ice Climbers, they can't grab you in the air, right? If they want to grab you, they have to go down, double jump, waveland. The waveland has 20 frames of lag, by the way, and then grab you, right? Like, shielding on platform is so good here. And then being above Ice Climbers, as we found out, that's like our one thing we really found out, is we're not allowed to jump above Ice Climbers. Down air is bad again. Arm 2 again. I'm going to put that. Down air, bad. Obviously, with all of these, this is like the idea that, like, you have to be good enough to know how to break the rules. Obviously, Dormigi does down airs and it works for him. Dormigi will throw 2 arms and it works for him. He might throw out down tilt at close range, like a good player with double roll. But like as I was saying, like you have to play by the rules until you know how to break them. Is what I would say here. Okay, just moving around for no reason. You grab Nana. This is terrible. Here, he actually misspaces it. How did he cross you up? Oh, it's because you were invincible, and he messed up. But you would have gotten hit by this forward smash here, because this is the startup of your roll, of your back roll. But at this point, you could have either, like, shielded... Like, back roll here was just a bad option, because it's so slow to be invincible. Like, we looked at it just barely. Like, Min back roll is frame 5 invincible, right? Like, it's so slow. And you're better off doing jab, you're better off doing dash attack, you're better off doing a lot of things. In this situation, because it's like, fuck it, I'm gonna get hit anyways, I'm mashing down tilt because what's the worst that can happen? Worst that happens is after I already, like, at this point, once I grab Nana, I know I'm screwed. It's like, oh no. I have to do... it's a good thing you didn't pummel because they're at 0. And it's also a good thing you didn't pummel because if you did, he just kills you. Like, literally, this forward smash kills you. Like, you dealt how much more damage? They were at 150, right? Like, you are at such lower percent than they were than they died, that extra damage just doesn't matter if this forward smash kills you, right? Because not all damage is the same. Not all leads. Like, that's why I hate looking at percent to determine who's in the lead. Instead, I look at positioning. And in this situation, he kind of throws himself in the corner. So this, again, is something that we can take advantage of. This is an advantage. So we can down tilt, and then they're at 0, so we're probably better off doing up smash, right? But even in that situation, that sends Popo up here, and then Nana's down here, so we can do down tilt, up smash, and then do run off Nair, hit Nana, kill Nana, because she double jumps into our Nair, and then it's Sopo, right? Okay, 2 arms, you get drop shield again. Here, like, I don't know why we're not just... Okay. Now he's learning to, like, use this shield. So here, it's literally just poke with Dragon Arm. What happens, like, we have Power Dragon, which, I'm not sure if you know this. Like, if we look at the Smash Wiki, and we look at the, where is it? whatever. If we look at this, forward tilt deals less shield damage. 0 from all to 2.5 minus 2.5 for Ram and Dragon, minus 3.5 for Megawatt. Do you notice what arm isn't on here? Power Dragon. That's because Dragon and Power Dragon have the same reduction. And the reason why that's important is because it makes it so that Power Dragon is actually like shield damage pressure. So once we have this Power Dragon for 20 seconds, like, why are we dashing back here? Like, okay, we have this. We can just Power Dragon tilt, walk backwards, and then do it again. If they jump, we react. Okay, so here we Dragon tilt while we're walking backwards. And then if they jump, then we Ram tilt on reaction. Otherwise, if they don't jump, then when we're right here, we're going to Dragon tilt again and watch what they do, right? Like, it's just one arm pokes. And it's busted. That player gets caught again. Don't down air. Okay, then he does these stupid side B things. You roll out of the way even though you weren't in the way. You double jump there. It's bad. I can tell you're fidgety and nervous when you're doing these double jumps. And it's like, I don't know. Do you drink caffeine? Because that kind of shows that you're a lot more jittery and you're not very focused here. Dash back into, I don't know what, this was probably like a roll or something. Or no, it's probably a pivot grab, yeah. Yeah. So, like, you see how you put yourself in the corner here? Like, you do, like here, and like the other thing is, in this situation, you do this double jump, right? Like, you can see the double jump rings right here. So you have no double jump here. So you roll away, and you're in stage control. Like, okay, in this situation, right? Exactly right here. You land center stage, and this move will not hit you. If it hits you, you take like 3 damage, and you're not frozen. The frozen hitbox is like right here. Like, you're fine. Here, you forward smash. You just kill him. You kill him. Like, literally at 20, you kill him. You just throw out an arm. You throw out an arm, you get your damage, you take your neutral win. You have Power Dragon still. But instead you dash back because you're afraid. He dashes in, shields. We all know he's gonna shield. You could have grabbed again. Like, if people are gonna do something stupid, you have to, like, treat them like they're stupid. It's like the thing I was saying the other day. This game rewards being an asshole and being a bad person because you can take advantage of somebody's worst qualities. And like, this guy is kind of dumb, as in he likes to do run up shield because he is an Ice Climber's main. He doesn't practice neutral. He practices combos. So he has a couple neutral shortcuts, and one of those neutral shortcuts is run in shield. And so we can take advantage of that just by spamming grab whenever he runs at us. Because he's not going to do run in jump. He's not going to do run in roll. He's going to run in shield. He always does this. He does this again. He's probably done this 30 times this set. Anyways, that's on the reading situation. You get clipped by this side beat. Like, how much damage? Okay, you're 105. You hit this down air for no reason. 105. You get hit for 2 damage. Okay, you get hit by again. You took 3 or 4 damage. 3 or 4, by the way. And you're so afraid because you don't, like, you're not thinking logically about, like, okay, that was the empty stray hit. I don't need to pick a defensive option because, one, if I was going to get hit, I would have gotten hit by, like, you know, the full combo that I could do nothing about, or can maybe, like, tech a footstool or something. Or 2, it didn't hit, so it's my turn. I'm allowed to do whatever I want. But you didn't recognize that the move didn't lead to anything. You just recognized that you got hit, even though it was for, like, literally 3 hits of 1%. And so then you roll away, and then you do this arm double jump. I don't agree with this double jump at all. Again, we shouldn't be jumping over Ice Climbers, but it's like we should be poking and then grabbing. And then if he jumps, then we ram it. Like, poking or grabbing or ram tilt to cover the jump, right? That there's no reason to interact with this character. The less interacting, okay, I'm going to put this. Interacting bad. I'm going to put interacting with ices. Bad. As well as jumping over ices. Bad. Okay, that's where we're at. Okay. Like, this entire situation between getting hit, roll back, double jump backwards, like, you see how little stage control you have? Like, you're literally off stage, and now you're shielding, and in this situation, it's like you're just screwed. Like, you have no positioning, you have no leverage, there's no... Like, you're on the longest stage in the game, and you have no positioning. Like, this is spot dodge out of nowhere. It's not like he's grabbing like, ever. I don't think he's grabbed once in a minute. Okay, so a lot of these dashbacks or okay, this is actually really good. So, as I was saying earlier, okay, so here he's doing the same thing as you, where he does this, like here, this is one initial dash, and then here you could see this smoke, and this tells you this smoke is a sign that he did an initial dash, and this means that from here to here, he can't shield. This is lag. Like, this is just bad. Obviously, it moves you a little bit faster, but it's not worth it because you don't have access to shield. So if we go back to this tab, and then we go all the way up, and we go to dash and run speed, initial dash, we can sort. Sheik and Corrin have the best one, then Game & Watch and Gunner, and then most characters have the frame 10 dash. If we go to the worst characters, Ice Climbers actually has a 12 frame initial dash. That is pretty bad. That means every time he goes for this initial dash, he's inactionable for 12 frames. And here he does it twice, so that's 24 frames where he can't shield. Like, straight up. I guess, sorry, 23, because he can do it on the frame before he does this initial dash. Whereas, if he instead did initial dash and then run, he could shield at any point during this. That's why using one arm, because he could shield, you know, that's not bad. Even if you hit him, sweet, we hit him. How's that bad? Right? We don't get like a huge combo off of it or anything. But if we set up this unlosable situation 50 times in a game, that's a free 3-stock. Get the arms. This is good. Okay. So here, when I was watching earlier, I was like, okay, especially this one, you should have done 2 tilts, because this lets us walk forward to take up space. Because if you see, he actually isn't even off stage. Like, he's at ledge, but like by the time that he's able to do something, like, look at, you don't even have mid stage control. Like, you're jumping away from stage control. Like, you want to control center stage, whether it's shielding mid stage or just being able to control stage. Like, if you're right here and you have like this control, like if you're right here and you have control over this area, that's perfect. That is thumbs up. Good. Smiley face, right? Like, that is what we want. We want stage control. We want you right here. This is you. And you can control all of this, and if they jump, we have ram tilt, right? So we want to do that as soon as possible. So we hit the arm, we hit the second arm, which is smash attack, and so we only get to here before you jump backwards. And they're clear in the corner. What are they going to do? They're throwing these stupid ice blocks. The ice blocks don't combo. You're at 0%. I don't know. I feel like you're just afraid of things. You're just afraid of, like, getting hit or losing or something. And it's like... Yeah, you get hit there. You take the 4 damage. You arm and then double jump out. You still get hit. That's wild. Is it because you fast fell? Did you fast fall? I don't think you did. Yeah, you didn't even... If you fast fell, you would have not gotten hit there. Yeah, that's crazy. Anyways, don't jump over ice. Jumping over ice is bad. Here, you should have just like shielded the ice or something, and then jump out of shield or something. Took a million damage. You literally took 50. And then like you're trying to use Nair to get out of the combo. Okay, so when you use Ram Nair out of a combo, it's because you want to get out of tumble, not because you're trying to hit them, not because it's like a good safe option like a ZSS flip kick or Sheik bouncing fish or Yoshi flutter jump. It's because you want to get out of tumble. And in these situations, like specifically here, where you're at the threat of getting hit by another up air, you should not be doing this. You really should not. You should be saving your jump for when the combo is over and then getting to neutral. When you're in the air, your objective is not to hit the opponent. It's to get to a safer level of disadvantage, and then from there figure it out. So I'm going to say mashing Nair out of a combo bad. Send. Okay, forward smash, arm 2 on shield, you just get grabbed. He actually doesn't even get a combo advantage. Arm 2 on shield, you almost get grabbed again, he rolls in this time. Does up tilt, back air, he does back air to shield. You're switching to Megawatt when he's at 75. Here he's just zoning, just sit on the platform. What can you do? That was good. Good arm. So these were both the grounded tilts jumped out of, as you can see, because you have the extra range and then you jump. That's huge. That's great. Good job. You get a gold star. Back throw there. Good. Separate the climbers. Now we just take advantage of Nana. We go to the corner and we get hit by ice, and then here, if you're gonna cover this space, I would use Ram Nair. Yeah, up smash. It might have hit, but it's like, sweet. Nana has no double jump. If you notice, you actually. The reason why I said that is because you could see the double jump rings right there. Nana did double jump, so she's just dead. So that's good recognition on your part that she's just dead. The only way that she could do anything to live is if Popo goes on stage. Okay, down throw, neutral B. That's just not gonna work. I don't. So here, when you get hit by this, you should be DIing out. By the way, full straight out. Because if you DI in, then he could do a lot of things, like up air or the neutral B freeze, as you saw. He could do that on certain DI. But you should be DIing out. Air dodge in, which is just bad. This is called the American air dodge. I'm not sure if you know that. This is like the scrub option in the US is they will always directional air dodge in. And it's so easy to take advantage of. It's like my favorite thing to find. Okay. Switching to Megawatt again. Doesn't kill. And Megawatt sends at such a high angle. Look how high he is. Like, he can just drift in and get to ledge. Megawatt is just not good at this percent. It's not good until literally 150. Or 180. Literally, don't use Megawatt unless they're over 150. Like, ever. It doesn't matter the matchup unless it's like Pikachu or Zero Suit. Just don't use Megawatt under 150. So they're able to just recover. You're throwing out this arm that doesn't cover anything. Ice Climbers is floaty, right? They don't fall very slow. And we can't angle arms in the air. It has to go straight out. So if you're going to do something like this, you have to up B jump so you're on the same level as him. And then you can fall with him and then throw out the arm, right? But this full hop doesn't do anything. It doesn't help you. In fact, it gets you hit. Okay, and then he goes to the platform. As I said, a lot of these kinds of people just skip ledge. Yep, Megawatt Nair. That's a decent Nair, but again, it won't kill. Up throw may have killed here. Yeah, I think up throw kills here. Okay, good. You did do the up B throw. So here's a situation where we have Power Dragon and they're respawning. So this is the only situation I would say where you could switch to Megawatt. Because if you hit a landing Megawatt Nair, actually, no, it's probably not worth it when they have both Ice Climbers. So yeah, just stick to Nair. Yep. Good job not jumping that time. He up airs here, thinking you're going to jump again. I would have just sat on the platform and wait for him to hit your shield. Because as soon as he hits your shield, it's free. It's free to just get out of the triple roll is ass. This triple roll is literally so unimaginably ass. It doesn't help you. You're not invincible. It's so slow and easy to just react to. They don't even have to read it. The fact that you already did double roll, this is you telling on yourself. Like, it's like, hey, I'm gonna do this really bad option. You better not punish it. Like, this, don't, just stop. Just, you should take roll out of your vocabulary, period. Like, you need to be more level-headed when you're in disadvantage or when you're in a situation where your spacing isn't where you want it to be. Because the more level-headed you are, the better decisions you can make and the better you can get into a better position, right? So, like, this is a crutch, I can tell. This is something that is inhibiting your results because once you get into a bad spot, because obviously, like, the winner of the tournament isn't the person that hits a JV4 or doesn't ever get hit. It's the one that can get the most hits or get hit the most, right? Where it's the person that can do the most with what they have. And if, like, I don't know, you get hit once by Ice Climbers, you take 90, that's a lot better than getting hit by Ice Climbers once and dying, right? Like, in this situation, I think you die. Yeah, you do die because of this triple roll. Like, this, like, I want you to, like, appreciate the irony of that you did this triple roll to get out of what you saw as a bad situation. You're at 94. Minman's super heavy. You should be living a long time. Like, you look at the last two stocks, Minmin gets Ice Climbers to 150 both stocks before they die. We've dealt over 300 damage. Like, and they're a lot lighter than us. They have a worse recovery than us. We are way better edge guarding. We're not at kill percent here. Unless you, like, give it to them by doing something like this. So here you just feel pressured, so you double roll and then you triple roll, and, like, I just want you to appreciate the irony of that, is that you wanted to escape bad situations so much that they were able to understand what you wanted and kill you. How is that, like okay, remember, like, the start of the match where it's like you both, like, have even footing, right? Like, you're both on the side platforms. That's how you have to treat the game from these situations where you're in the corner, they have invincibility. That's just the that's just what it is right now, right? We can't do anything to change it regardless of what they do. So we have to just keep a level head, not freak out, not do triple roll. And, like, that's the other thing there, is that you still had an opportunity to do something. Because you mash out of freeze and then you air dodge. By the way, the best way to mash is to spin the stick as fast as possible. When you mash buttons, you end up buffering an option like this air dodge. Not only that, like, spinning the stick gives you a better mash. Like, it lets you do more inputs to get out of freeze sooner. Yeah. Up air kills you. One arm, dash back. Arm, back throw. Opposite of the last thing. I don't know why we're retreating with this Nair here. I don't know why, but it avoids the thing. Okay, you're dashing back. You could have just forward tilted while walking back. I think that would have been better. Instead, you do dash back, ram forward smash. You do dash back, double forward smash. Like, this is like the thing that they tell you not to do, like when you're first learning the game, is like don't just spam smash attacks in neutral, right? Like, because what happens if he shields both of these arms? He gets a grab with Nana right there, and you take like 80. You might die, actually. Okay, sweet. You killed Nana. You don't have to go off stage. I really, this is really funny. I know you didn't need to do this, but this is really funny because he intended to run off the platform because he only thinks about the landing aerial part of it, right? He thinks about running off and then like doing a back air if he's gonna do something. Here he's trying to get off stage to Nana, right? But this is a complete blind spot for him. So he doesn't even see the fact that you just like body blocked him, and then you already jumped up. That was so funny to me. But we killed Nana, so even though like it's far from over, it's over. Just don't get Sopoed. Okay, back throw. Here, this is what Zurzel's like the best NA minion. He considers his flowchart is he'll hit this back throw and then he'll do an up B jump and then ram forward smash, and it covers so many angles. And if they go low, we still have time to get a ledge trap. Maybe you can go off stage and nair. You know, like we could do so many things with this up B jump into a ram F smash. It would have actually killed him here. Down throw, up air, kills. Double forward smash. It's been 4 whole minutes and he hasn't learned. Oh, this is also game 3. He just hasn't learned. That was a bad down air. This is just bad on you, because like when he's up in the air, you have to realize that he can do a landing forward air, he can do back air, you can do down air. So like you kind of gotta treat under ice climbers like a pyramid, because he could go this way, he can go this way. So like as long as you stay out of this range, what do you lose, right? Like you're right here, he can't hit you. Maybe he could do like a freeze right here. So that's when you stand right here and you forward tilt when he lands. That's the other thing, is like a lot of people don't realize that when people are in the air, they have so many more options to avoid. Like if I want to do like nair, what if he air dodges? All of a sudden, ices are down here, I'm up in the air. It reversed the situation. It reversed it. So instead, you should wait on the ground and just like have patience to cover the ground, because like gravity is a thing, right? Worst comes to worst, he air dodges to the platform, and then we can react to that with a ram nair or an up smash or whatever we want, really. But we didn't react. We just kind of waited for when he should be in that situation, and he was able to mix you up. Platform tech chase. He could have actually converted into a kill off of that if he was ready for it. You barely avoid this back air. Here, just, yeah. Ram tilt to start it. This is, again, I would do dragon tilt to start, and then if they jump, react with ram tilt. Okay, good back throw. Is that a full hop or is that... Okay, so here you up B jump, but you should also double jump to hit him, because you have to be at the same level as him, right? Because like, what does this hit? This hits nothing. Like you're throwing like the thing I put in my notes, and this isn't like trying to be mean. Whenever I see situations like these in my play, I always say use your eyes. You know, people say trust your instincts, rely on like knowing the matchup. No, you just got to use your eyes, right? Like you just got to know when a dragon smash is going to hit, and it's not going to hit when he's up here, right? And the best way to know if it's going to hit is to use your eyes, right? This is just kind of like opportunistic ledge trap. You're way too far back. You can't threaten ledge hang. You're not threatening ledge options all that well. He's able to just jump through it. You rolling back. Like, what are we afraid of here? What are we afraid of? What are we afraid of? Like, he's up on the platform. Just do a, like, jump nair. What are we afraid of? Back throw. There you fast fell for no reason. Fast fall. If you didn't fast fall, you would have hit him. This would have hit if you didn't fast fall. Okay. Good job. You won almost entirely because of the, what do you call it? The Nana Gimp. Okay, I won't spend as much time on this. FD's kind of annoying into Rob because, he can just nair a lot of the time. And we don't really have, or like that and like juggling is the big thing. It's a smaller stage, which makes it so he doesn't really have as much room to like zone out. Okay, good job jumping over the laser. Now he shoots gyro, so he does laser gyro here, right? He does laser into gyro. The thing about gyro is once he starts it, there's zero other area it can go, right? It covers this specific arc and it can't really go anywhere else. Like if I cover that exact arc, does it? Yeah, it literally follows that exact arc. Yeah. So like that's something you have to realize is when Rob has access to laser and gyro, they both interrupt or go through arms. Sometimes both. Like laser, it'll go through arms, and if it hits us, it interrupts our arms. As well as gyro. If we hit an arm, or if we hit gyro with an arm, it cancels it, or it stops it, or it like stalls it. Like if we ram, it'll go through the gyro, but it slows it down. So it's just generally not worth using arms into Rob projectiles. Instead, just shield. Or move out of the way. Because if we look back at this gyro, if we let it hit the ground here, like, oh my gosh. Okay, if we let it hit the ground here, that means he can't use gyro. And usually the flowchart a lot of Robs will do is gyro, laser, gyro, because if you shield the first gyro, he can do another gyro immediately. You get by that, no big deal. And then he Z catches it, it's fine. You jump into the laser, whatever, you don't die. But this creates an RPS situation, right? Because in this situation, we could double jump, go off stage. If we go off stage, all of a sudden we have no stage control right off the bat. This is just a bad situation, right? This is, you got sent into tumble, it's bad. What I would say is here we can actually do arms, like if we do a dragon tilt, if we start a dragon tilt, like it, and then fast fall, it won't come out until like we're on the ground, and then it covers this entire space. So I would do a dragon forward tilt and fast fall immediately. So it would be C stick forward, and then if you have tilt stick set to tilts, it'd be tilt stick forward, and then you hold down to fast fall, and then once you're on the ground, we walk forward so we can take up space, right? Because the thing about Rob is we don't ever want to be in a bad spot, because once we're in a bad spot, we just die, right? So we have to not let these small disadvantages kill us. Air dodge is the wrong option. Directional air dodge in kills us. Out takes us to ledge, which can kill us. In place just lets him time to go in. Nair isn't too bad, because if we nair, then we're actionable right here. But by that time, he's right here. So instead, I would rather cover his approach with a dragon tilt on the ground. So then he jumps, it hits us with air into you American air dodge again. Back throw. Okay, this guy's so cheesy. Is this the same guy as the ice climbers? I feel like it is, because like he is very, I found the right answer, I found the gimmick, I found the cheese, now I'm ready for a tournament. Like it's very one note, and it's kind of whatever. Like he throws stuff at the wall and sees what sticks, and I don't think that's like a very professional way to play, and it kind of collapses under the littlest bit of pressure once you understand the counterplay. So he hits this back throw. Here, he should be doing up throw fair, just because it doesn't damage. It gives just as good positioning. Back throw double jump, that's fine. You hit this ram nair, and then you drop the combo again. You hit them, and then... Okay, yep. And the other thing is trying to hit Rob when he can nair. Nair beats Arms. Like, just simple as. It beats Megawatt, it beats Dragon. It doesn't beat Laser, but how and when are we going to hit a laser on Rob? Because, like, if he's nairing that spot, he shouldn't be, especially if you have time to laser, right? So that's, like, counterplay to a bad option. So, like, generally, if he can nair, you don't have arms. If you're going to use arms, use it to cover his landing, right? So here, he has time to, after he gets sent, he could double jump and then nair in. And this covers, like, this big area. So in this situation, we should be outside of that range, and we should be ready to cover that landing. Now, that landing is actually... like... How much is the landing lag of Nair? It's 7 frames. It's basically a 7-frame window. That's not a lot of time. I'm not sure if you know that or not. But it is not a lot of time. So if he were to do that and then jump in and then Nair, we would have about 0.12 seconds to punish. As a true punish. Obviously, that means that we have time to get a grab. We can do arms. We could do a forward smash. We can do a down tilt. We could do a lot of things. The issue is he can also fastfall anywhere between here and here. And that fastfall makes it so difficult to tell exactly when he's going to do that. So instead of doing like something like that, instead what I would do here is once he does this and then does this jump, I would dash back here. And I'm looking for, once he gets here, I'm going to dash attack in. And that'll hit a lot of things. Sometimes we get hit by the nair, I guess. I don't know, maybe that's bad advice, but this is just a bad situation, and the best thing you could do is just avoid it, for sure. There, you didn't avoid it enough. You should have been, like, here, because Nair is huge. Literally, I bet you thought I was joking when I put that huge thing. No, it's that big. Up tilt, up air. Okay. That was decent, because you didn't die. Here is when you want to ram Nair. You want to ram Nair because the entire animation is 28 frames. It is a very, very short animation. Like, ram Nair is a 28 frame animation. That's less than half a second. And it lets us get out of tumble. Lets us do a lot of things. So here, I noticed he got hit by gyro a lot. So I would suggest putting time into learning how to pick up items. Pinned in the matchup channel, I have a thing on how to pick up stuff like Rob Gyro. The issue is that, like, we have a heavy jab. So in this situation, I'm just going to dash attack. Because dash attack, out of all of the moves that... So in Ultimate, your item grab range is depending on the move, not by the character. So if you were to dash attack with any character, whether it's Villager or Min or whatever, that dash attack grab range is the same, and it's the biggest grab range out of all of our options. Forward tilt and dash attack share the largest grab range, but because Min forward tilt is arms, it doesn't really count. So instead, here I'm going to dash attack because it's fast, it's safe, and it grabs gyro. But yeah. Double roll again and get hit. Yep, double roll, gets hit by dash attack. And then you're gonna throw arms. No, you didn't throw arms. Okay, wow. You could say a lot of things about Pastbounds, but they are not a arms from the ledge. That was a bad touchdown. So, thing about Rob, he's always going to jump to the ledge, and he's always going to nair. Here, he actually does the worst version, and he does drop down double jump. This is super bad. Because this makes it so that Min Min could straight up just hit Rob, and then they're dead. Here, you messed up, and you did a forward smash. You should be doing forward tilt. There's no reason of ram forward smash when he's at 10%. Okay. Arm, cover the jump. Yeah, you just throw up, like, you see what I mean? Like, here is a prime example of you hit this arm, and then you throw out the second arm for zero regard of, like, because, like, here, it's like, okay, he double jumps into this arm. We covered the jump. So now that we've covered the jump, regardless of if you can react or if you know if it hits or not, you're covering this area to cover the double jump, right? So now that we've covered that area, why would we cover up here? There is zero reason or possibility that this dragon tilt would cover. This is you mashing. This is you throwing out two arms because you only know to throw out two arms. You don't know restraint. Sorry, I'm not trying to be mean. My friends are trying to ping me for a movie night. Okay, bad grab. There's no reason to grab there because forward throw doesn't really send a great angle. Back throw doesn't send a great angle. Down tilt messes up the combo. We're doing ram smash on the corner. And, like, again, you hit this ram tilt to cover the jump. Here, you hit this ram tilt, and then we're double jumping for no reason. Like, here, it's just, like, just do dragon tilt without a double jump. Or if you are going to, like, you can, like, you're doing this and then this. What you should do is do a dragon tilt, and then when you're coming down, that's when you double jump. And then it'll cover this area. Yeah, you were way too late on the draw there. So there is another situation where I would have done two tilts. Here, just like, you do this stutter step for some reason. Like, you see how, like, you do, like, a dash back? And, like, that dash back actually made it so that you didn't go below the ledge. Like, not only that, like, you threw it out of bad timing. And he was able to just, like, ledge jump gyro. Like, and you could have covered this option if you just waited and reacted from outside of, like, the nair range. Okay, so he's gonna land with an aerial. Then you can just, yeah. He's gonna jump. So this jump is very important information. You know, he likes to jump to approach or to, like, hit us from the range. Yep, and he's gonna nair. Yep. Up air. Yeah, the nair there is just a kill move. Yeah, you get hit as soon as you start this ram forward smash, you are dead. So you're dead on this frame. From this frame forward, it's inevitable. There's nothing you can do. You chose to ram forward smash here, and that is a true punish for air, up air, and that is just 100%. You even DI'd the up air right. You just died. Okay. Up smash doesn't do anything. Here we should be nairing. Yeah, this should have been a nair. Oh no, you did the American air dodge and you didn't punish it. If you down tilted here, because every Rob does this. Every Rob loves this American air dodge. And here, you just do dash back, turn around, down tilt, and then that kills him. That kills the Rob. Even if you just waited, and at this range, if you did ram tilt, the ram tilt combos into a dragon, and that straight up kills him. Maybe not without Proud Dragon, but okay. Up tilt, a little bit of mashing. Yeah, why are we challenging Rob in the air? Why are we doing this? Nair is a big move, and it's strong, and it's better than everything. Even if we hit, even if this up B comes out, Nair straight up beats out the up B hit. And even if it hits, it doesn't kill him. Okay, down air bad. Decent forward smash. There, I would have recognized that he dropped gyro, and instead of switching arms, I'm dash attacking this gyro to snatch that. I'm snatching that shit, because then we can use that to enhance our ledge trap. Throwing out Megawatt, throwing out up smash. He does double roll. Okay, laser, up air, ooh. So, something I want you to know about this crazy Rob move called Nair. It is absurd. And not just because it has low landing lag. I'm sure you know this. It is -3 on shield. Do you know what -3 means? It means that you have to have a move that is frame 3 out of shield in order to punish this move. Obviously, the higher you hit, the less safe it is. But at worst, it's going to be like -7. So, do we have a frame 7 out of shield option? We don't. Up smash is frame 8. And you weren't doing up smash. Our Ram Nair out of shield is frame 13. It's incredibly slow. Shield grab is frame 22. Once we shield a Nair, we want to get out of there. We're going to roll away. We're going to hold shield maybe, you know? Like, nobody does Nair grab. Like, I don't know. Like, this Nair on shield. What were you trying to do here? Like, you drop shield. I think it's like you literally drop shield and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's like 12 frames. Yeah, parry window's 5 frames. So yeah, you just didn't pick the right shield option. You tried to double jump here, which is not good at all. Because once we get hit by this Nair, there's nothing true. Obviously, we have time to jump. But the thing is that by losing our jump on the same frames we get hit, all of a sudden everything becomes even more true. Instead, what you should do is, even though the combo isn't 100% true, quote unquote, if we jump, we lose all of our escape options. So instead, you have to save your jump for the finish. So in this situation, at this point, you should have jumped. But because you already used up your jump, there's nothing you can do, and so the up air is just true. So now you still don't have a double jump, and you're going this way. And at this point, like, you know, Rob just has to put out a bear right here, and then you're just dead. But then he runs away, so, like, you should have died here. Hitting the gyro isn't good here. So when you're on ledge against gyro, like, the big thing is that when Min Min jumps, she's vulnerable from, like, here to here. Because her arms, like, she handstands, and, like, all of this is her arms. Yeah, I don't know. But the thing is that gyro isn't here, it's here. So here we're free to jump 100%. Like, we can just jump free. You can see this up smash shows that he's ready. He's thinking in his little noggin, roll. So if we can not give him what he wants, that's good. So we should make a mental note of this. Don't roll. In this situation, because he is going to hard cover a roll, we should know we should never, ever, 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 ever roll. It is better to hang on ledge for a million years, get hit by gyro, than it is to roll. Down tilts, 2% doesn't lead to anything. Even though it didn't lead to anything, we still walk into gyro because you're doing these foxtrots. These foxtrots are very bad because, like, from... Okay, so you start dash here on this frame, so we can't shield this entire range, and then you start, and now you could shield, but instead you do another dash, and we're not able to shield at any point during this. So the fact that you get hit by gyro, this was determined once you started this second initial dash. Once you started this dash, you got hit by the gyro. And that comboed into the Nair, which you double jump immediately. This is not good because we lose our Complete stage control. Luckily we didn't cover much. Also, Nair or Megawatt is kind of opportunistic here. It's a bit optimistic, because it's not gonna kill off the lane straight. I'm pretty sure we hit Megawatt there. Yeah, that Megawatt killed. Okay, that's the other thing. Okay, is we're skipping ledge, right? We're jumping past the ledge when it's probably better to grab ledge, and then you're throwing Megawatt, and then you're throwing arm 2 after you saw that they shielded. Right? Like, the thing about shield is you can jump out of shield for free. There is no lag other than jump squat, which is 3 frames. There is no restriction to jumping. You can jump out of shield just as freely as you could jump from the ground without anything. So the fact that he jumps out of shield shows that he knows that he can jump out of shield, and then he gets this landing there in 2 seconds, which is just true, right? Like, this is just case number 572 why we should just throw on 2 arms because we can. Okay. Megawatt, it doesn't kill. He's living at 1. Okay. Here, ooh, I don't like. Okay, he air dodges, and now it's back to neutral. He gets hit by dragon. Sweet. Shield that. Okay, so now he's on the ledge at 150. He actually has quite a bit of air time, so he's gonna have like maybe a quarter second of ledge iframes. So here, I'm standing here, and I'm going to dragon tilt to hit the ledge, and this will kill him because he doesn't have very much ledge invincibility because of his percent. So I stand here, and I just dragon tilt angle down. Actually, maybe it's like right here. Either way. If you position right, your dragon tilt will hit every ledge hang in the game. But he actually does a neutral get up, which we could react to, especially with Megawatt, because Megawatt, I'm not sure if you know this, has a big linger. Like, you throw out a Megawatt, especially when you're walking backwards, and it covers this space, because look how fucking fat Rob is here. Like, he's a... Okay. Like, here... Like, this is, like, the... And, like, not only that, he does neutral get up, jump. Right? So, like, in this... Look how big Rob is here. If you were to do a Megawatt tilt while you're walking backwards, and it's still coming out, like, it's... Like, from here to here, if you were here when you started it, that's, like, a whole 7 frames that you're covering the neutral get up. That's huge. And that would have killed. You Megawatt smash in there, and it's like the only arm that beats. So you got one. Switch to Ram. He throws out a gyro. He back airs. Luckily you didn't jump out of shield this time. You're gonna double roll or jump. Yeah. Like, the thing about it is in a lot of these situations you have to be comfortable picking a defensive option. Or you have to be just comfortable in general, so the fact that you don't pick a panic option. Like, you were doing jump, double jump, you do an up air. This is just like Ice Climbers. Now we're going to down air into an up air. Now we're going to up air by up air again. We're going to down air again. It barely works. It shouldn't have worked. Run off stage! Okay. This was you hearing me say run off stage in the back of your head, but you didn't cover where he was. You gotta use your eyes too. Run off stage, but also use your eyes. Rob doesn't have good airspeed, so when he's right here, he can only go up like that. So here, we have to jump if we want to cover that. Or we have to run off double jump to cover that, right? We can't just run off Nair because he's going this way. He doesn't have good airspeed. If it was Yoshi, Yoshi could do this. Yoshi could do like this, you know? Yoshi has crazy airspeed. Yoshi has the best airspeed in the game. But this is Rob. Oh, you rolled. You rolled. You should die. Oh, you jumped at the right time. Okay, hit him. No. Ooh. That's the juicy hit of Ram right there. So from here, we can literally do anything we want. So we hit this Nair, and we could have hit, like... That was a kill, actually. If we hit this, we hit Ram tilt into the double jump laser, and the laser kills him. Go for it, though. You gotta commit. Once you get the hit, you commit. But you do the opposite. You commit in neutral to 2 arms, and then you get the hit and you run away. He's so big, he's getting hit by so many stray arms. Yeah. Once he grabs ledge, so like this is your cue to use Nair instead. Right? It's like you're this close to ledge. Like, where are your arms covering? It's covering all of this. How much of this is actually covering ledge options? Like this much. Right? Like, this is all wasted space and time and options. So instead, we should be just doing Nair, because that covers neutral getup, that covers jump, and if he rolls, we have time to, like, do a forward tilt backwards, actually. But yeah, no, your arm, you're just throwing out an arm that doesn't cover anything. Like, what? Like, this isn't me trying to be mean. Again, this is me trying to be constructive and, like, tear down the things that are losing you games. But it's like, what does this dragon tilt cover? Like, what are you aiming at? You know, like, we're not hitting Rob, and not only that, like, the first thing we learned 2.5 minutes ago was that Rob can do this jump Nair, and it's this huge range, right? So we either have to catch it before he starts the Nair, so in this area, or we have to catch his landing, and for that we have to be over here, or like over here, you know what I mean? So there's 2 options here. We can either catch him on the way up, or we can catch his landing. And if we're going to catch his landing, we have to be over here. So if we're going to be over here in this area, we have to do something that covers this area, which this dragon tilt does not. Okay, we're grabbing the wrong direction. We're shielding for no reason. Okay, catch the jump in. Shoot laser. Shoot laser. He's trying to throw out a gyro when he doesn't have it. And you're busy getting hit by the gyro that's already there. So then you roll back from nothing. Forward smash. Mr. Megawatt, he's at 100%. Megawatt forward smash doesn't even kill here. Don't shield the gyro. Okay, throws that down. Don't land aggressively, no ledge. Okay, so here what you could also do is when you upbeat a ledge, we want to hang. We want to hang down here. Why? Because he's up here. He can't hit us, for 1. For 2, this lets you get more time to breathe, to relax, to think about things. You know, mentally it's a good idea. There's no risk. And the longer we hang, the more ledge invincibility we get, which means that we can stay on there longer, which is very important once we get to 100%. Once we get to, I would say, about 100%, our ledge invincibility gets very, very small unless we're in the air for a long time, which hanging with tether lets us do. You do this immediate ledge jump, and that kind of screws you. And then from here, you get to ledge. And then here I would roll, or drop down here I would have, instead of doing this megawatt tilt, I would have done a dragon tilt because it's faster, harder to react to. Or I would have done a megawatt Nair, because megawatt Nair lingers and it's crazy. The other benefit to doing a dragon tilt is we could throw out a second tilt to cover the tech. But it hits the tech. Last spot game. Okay, back airs, you're double rolling again. Okay, we're rolling. What does this second roll protect you from that the first roll doesn't already protect you from, right? From here, I'm doing roll down smash, because fuck it. Actually, no, that's a terrible idea, because he's still invincible, right? So down tilt into upbeat, grab the ledge, neutral jump. Okay, so here, because we did jump, this is a regrab. This is a ledge regrab. And as soon as we grab the ledge, because, okay, this is very important to know as a min-min, is here, okay, so this is your first tether. You have 3 tethers. So this is your first tether. You have to stand on the ground to get your tethers back. If you grab the ledge and then ledge jump, you do not get your tethers back. And you do not get your ledge invincibility back. So here you jump, and then to Dragon Nair, you should Ram Nair there if you're going to do anything. Because it's faster. And then you grab the ledge again, so that's 2 tethers. And now we can't ledge jump. Once we get to so here we should be hanging to stall out the thing, but we're kind of screwed no matter what because this is a regrab, and once we reel in, we're just vulnerable. So actually here, instant reel in to get hit isn't a bad idea. Here you buffer an air dodge because you wanted to do an instant roll, which was not a good idea anyways because he knows to roll, right? We have established that. But you buffer this air dodge because you wanted to do a ledge roll, which is bad. So here what you should have done is after you get hit, you have to wait until like you're right here-ish, and then you have to up B again. Because if you do it between here and here, your up B is just the attack. It's not gonna grab ledge. So you have to wait until you're like past this point to up B the ledge again. And then that would be your 3rd tether. That would be your absolute last tether. And if you jumped and then get hit, if you up B, it like denies the ledge. It doesn't even grab the ledge. It's stupid. So from there, we like this is just a screwed situation. Like nobody can get you out of that. But you had a buffered air dodge anyways. So. I don't know. That's the long and short of it. So in summary, use your eyes. Don't double roll or triple roll ever. It's bad. Don't use 2 arms like ever. It's just not good. Use dash attack more. Yeah. That is my story. And hey, I only took 2 hours. Okay. Sweet. You could probably skim through that and get like the spark notes. So yeah. Okay. Peace.